My name is Nkosinathi Sithole. I grew up in KZN, Escort. Currently, I'm working at the University of the Western Cape as Associate Professor in the Department of English. When Anki called me or contacted me about the project, I just thought that there's no other person I would want to translate than Vilakazi, and especially this book, Noma Nini. So I've known Vilakazi for a while, and I'm fascinated by the way in which he writes, and his writing is like quite interesting for me. Noma Nini begins during the times of Dingane, the Zulu king Dingane, Shaga's half-brother. Dingane realizes that there are people within the Zulu kingdom who are betraying him, including his half-brother Mpande. So he orders that anyone who's involved in any way in trying to sabotage him, be killed. So when people get to know about that, then they start to run away from Zululand to Natal. And one of the men who are running is Makwata. He founds a bundle and realizes that in fact this is an abandoned child. So he picks the child up and then goes with her to Natal, and I think they settle near Mvoti, near Groutville. So when they settle in Groutville, he has this child, but then he goes to get his own family. But what happens is that he doesn't have a son. So this daughter that he found, when she's about 10 or something, she has to look after his cattle. And this is the time when missionization has started. So there are other kids who go to school. And among those kids, there is a boy, Ntsikana, who teases this girl they see looking after the cattle as they go to school. So the girl is Nomkhosi, and she asks him, "Why are you always talking to me like that?" And Ntsikana says, "I'll tell you. Just promise that you'll wait for me, and then I'll tell you why I do what I do, no matter when," like Noma Nini. So just wait for me. I'll come whenever I will come and tell you. But what happens when Nomkhosi is in living with the missionary, there is another man who is who's groomed by the missionary to help with the preaching thing. So they think that Nomkhosi and Thomas are suitable, should be married. Briefly, he goes back and tries to win over Nomkhosi. But what becomes revealed in the story is that Thomas, even though he's a Christian, he's raised as a Christian, but he's not a good person. He's a hypocrite because he doesn't have the characteristics of a true Christian. Who does have those characteristics is Ntsikana, even though he is in between. His family is still the pagans, even though he has become a Christian, but he still lives, dresses African traditions sometimes, and sometimes goes to church on Sunday. So I think that Vilakazi is trying to, because he's said to have been, he believed in acculturation, that Africans needed to blend the two, like the Christian or the Western and the African, take all what is good between and then create a kind of identity.